So, Vyom, obviously you are gifted with a voice. I agree to that. But this is not all gift or talent. This is hard work, what you've done right now.
It sure is.
So I wanted to ask, what does your typical day look like? I mean, how does a professional musician train? What is his regime? If you can shed some light on that.
Uh, sure. So I think a major part of any musician's day should, I can't say, and I wouldn't say it always is the case, but it should involve some sort of riyaz or practice or warm ups or whatever you're
Okay.
doing, basically preparing yourself and working yourself. So the most part of the day goes working on yourself, because we over here, everyone makes some sort of investment. You
Mm-hmm.
always make an investment, right? So for us as artists, the main investment which you have to make is on yourself. You spend
Yeah.
money to learn stuff, you spend money to learn your instruments, to buy instruments so basically there's a lot of investment, be it financial, be it emotional, be it
Time.
in terms of the time. There's a
Mm.
lot of investment which you have to make on yourself, and everyone
Yeah.
has the same amount of time, right? Everyone has the
Yes.
same 24 hours. So my day, how I start is I usually wake up around 8:39 is the time I get up from the bed. I wake up by 8:15. I laze around for another half an hour, because that gives you that sense of satisfaction,
Yeah,
because there's
obviously.
no one to tell you when to get up, right? When to go to
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
So so
Anyways, after work
I'm
from home, even we don't have to go to office. So we are
exactly. So
same
that's
on that.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
But anyways, please continue. Please continue.
Yeah. So as I said, I try to get off the bed by 9 and freshen up. First thing I do is my vocal warm up. So I don't feel good till my voice feels good to me. And
Okay.
usually when you wake up, you have this kind of a soreness, and
Mm,
so that is the first thing which I work on. So like the next 35 to 40 minutes is that that part of the day goes entirely for my vocal warm-ups, and
okay.
every day is trying to learn how my body's feeling, how my voice feels, how my throat is feeling, and to basically get that sort of mind and body connection, which is very important in singing, which I realized uh,
Mm,
at a pretty late stage, I'd say. Like I was working on that part of my singing since my college days, but it took me a good 3 to 4 years to understand the right technique to sing. So it's basically exercising, like how you, before you go to the gym, you just don't start off with the heaviest weight possible. Okay, you go there, you stretch your muscles out. So it's basically that. When I'm
right.
warming up, I'm just trying to understand how my body feels, how my voice feels, and slowly stretching it, slowly pushing it into the zones wherein it gets challenging to sing. So I'm prepared for the day. So my first hour of the day goes with my vocal warm-ups, then I make some sort of breakfast for myself, and the rest of the day again goes with practicing the guitars, because there is always so much that you can look forward to, and there's so
Mm,
much to learn. And staying with musicians is another, like
yeah.
it's a boon in such situations, because
Mm,
uh, I'm staying with members from Daira, which is another independent rock band, and
okay.
even these guys are from Lucknow. So I've looked up to them at a certain stage of my life, and
Mm-hmm.
it's such a big thing for me to share the same house now, and to see how they go about their business, how they are
Yeah.
working on different instruments and improving themselves. So it's always a good factor which helps you to push yourself to learn more. Like
Yeah.
these the two guys, the two flatmates I have, they they've in the last couple of years they learned the trumpet, and now they're pretty good at it. So it's kind of I'm
Mm,
kind of getting inspired to learn another instrument, to pick up another instrument. And staying with musicians, you always have instruments at hand. So
Yeah. Right.
like that you sometimes you're able to skip those certain few walls or certain few obstacles which you
Yeah.
get when you think of learning
Hmm.
something or pushing yourself, so that it the process it does get easier. And so yeah, after I'm done with my breakfast and stuff, again it's all about learning and it's all about improving yourself. And usually during the evening I work out and stuff, and once I'm done with that, the next thing is trying to write something, because you have to practice that also. If you're not practicing writing,
Hmm.
if you're not practicing
Yes.
composing your own tunes, you are not going to improve. It's not like I'm able to write a song every day, and I'm not that great with writing, so it's a slower process for me. But then you do what you can. And
Yeah.
yeah, just make sure you're better than what you were yesterday. So
Perfect.
that is something which you have to work on. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the day, a regular day.
Yeah.
And it basically, to sum it up, it revolves around, for me it revolves around music. Staying with other musicians, that it helps even more to be involved in music throughout the day. Because uh, if you're not playing something, you are learning something by listening to
Exactly.
others. And we get to share a lot of music as well to each other.
Hmm.
So they've helped me discover new artists. Like Ibrahim Malouf is the new artist I'm listening to a lot these days, who's a trumpet player from France. And then
Okay.
bassists like Richard Bona, singer songwriters like Richard Bona, who are incredible musicians, and I had no clue about them initially. So I've started listening to a lot of different kind of music as to what I used to listen to. So it's a great learning process. And yeah, if like, to me, this is the most satisfying thing that I could have done. So
Get it.
it's fun. the the entire day is pretty fun.
Yeah, looks fun. Two very important points that you raised. The first one was the mind and body connection. I think it's very important for any artist to. I think that's what we call the flow, also, maybe when everything is just
Exactly,
connect. Yeah.
exactly.
And also living with musicians. Do you live with members of your band? Do they live with you also?
Yes. So I shifted to Bombay in the around the first week of Jan, and
Hmm.
my guitarist Chetri, he was in Dehradun during the lockdown. Even he has shifted, so we are sharing the room right now. And the other two people, they are from a band called Daira,
Okay.
and even they're musicians. And so yeah, it's the four of us, and everyone doing the same thing, everyone helping each other out, and especially the two of us, because uh, these guys from Daira, they've been doing it for 6 years. Daira has been active for 6 years in India now, and so they are our seniors in this field. So me and Chetri and I both get to learn a lot. And again, I've picked up the classical guitar because it was
Hmm.
so readily available to me, and these guys are so helpful that the process
Yeah.
becomes easier. So whenever I have a doubt, I can just go to the living room. Right now they're sitting outside, so I can always just go there.
So are
And
they have
it's
they
pretty
started
chill, man.
before
Like
you?
they can.
Are they older than you in this
Yes,
area?
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. So these guys, they're from Lucknow, both of them. So I'd heard of them, and they they've been into music. Like, unlike me, their journey has been very different.
Okay.
And the vocalist for Daira, Piyush, was in Thaikudam Bridge. And so once he left Thaikudam Bridge, he and a couple of his friends, they started the band Daira,
Okay.
which is it's an Indian independent experimental alternate rock kind of sound they have. And they're pretty damn good, man. Like, they have 3 albums out. They are actually working on a couple of more song releases. So
Okay.
you know, having
Nice.
getting to see people do the same things you aspire to do.
Yeah, that's
It's like
inspirational.
learning firsthand. It's like learning firsthand everything, and it is inspirational to say the least as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great environment to be in. And like, when I got to know like I got to know through a common friend of, like, I didn't know these guys personally as such, so, but we had common friends from Lucknow. So Sagar Bhai actually initially told me that these guys are looking for a flatmate, and I was looking to move to Bombay. So immediately I got their number. I called them and I told them, hey, it will be a great opportunity for me to, like, just be around you guys and learn from you, because I've looked up to them throughout college. I've been listening to their songs, and yeah, it's great. It's great. They're
It's
great
great.
people, always helpful. So it's fun.
It's really fun. I think, yeah, as you said, having musicians around, their instruments around it, it removes the initial blockage of learning things. Also helps you.